What it do, what I go, what's popping, what's cracking, what's happening. And then time 9, time 10. We about to get into it. A couple of these topics, we've discussed in the past, but I'm gonna have to highlight them this evening based off of, the hacking. They saying that the Treasury has been hacked. It's always something. So let's run these commercials, and I'll be right back, y'all.
YouTube, you fools try to limit me. Muting and deleting channels, thinking that's the end of me. Y'all are not on my level, smaller than a centipede. This is my purpose, TBT is a ministry. I do not tire, my God gives me energy. Chose by Messiah, you believe, come get with me. Married to a black queen, we got the illest chemistry. Founded the Black Tube, and now we making history. Black Tube, 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 Black Tube. Black tube, 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 what? TBT, 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 what? TBT, 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 what? TheBlackTube.com. I'm a giant killer, son of an omniscient God who's realer. If this be the thriller in Manila, I'm Ali in his prime. It's showtime, go time, about to take what's mine. We are not with your agenda. We showing real life.
Yo, so let's get right to it. Let's get right into it. They're saying that, and typically, when there's no, these people haven't been arrested or charged, and so they're not even using the language like alleged or allegedly the Chinese has hacked the U.S. Treasury. That's not the language that they're using, y'all. They saying this is what it is what they convey. They're not saying that this is who they think it is. You know what I'm saying? Unlike the drones and the balloons and all the other stuff they have flow. What else they have floating up in the air? I think they all kind of stuff floating up in the air, right? So let me see where we at. Take me down for a minute. We gonna listen at what they have said. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna get to the other facts, which should bring about some concern from our community, shall I say? Or shall I say not? Shall I say that we are no longer doing business with the entity known as, or any of their subsidiaries known as, the state ofs, the county ofs, the city ofs? Is that where we at? Or should any of this concern us? I'm asking, right? But they say it's deeply concerning. So let's go with the short one. Let's see what they have said. Let's get some volume over here. Y'all want to see it or y'all just want to hear it? Let me go to the comments. I don't want to miss out on nobody. Peace and love. What's up? What's going on? Hey, pretty lady, me cousin. You know what I'm saying? When we out, even when we in the hood, but when we outside the hood, for sure, it's my cousin. What do you mean? And I'm like quadruple traumatized right now, but I gotta do this. I gotta get this out of my system. Like I said, I'm traumatized. I'm not gonna even front, but I got to get this out of my system. We got to put this out here and move forward. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say, I lost another cousin, right? By the name of Kanita Bowman. We call her Pip. Mama named Gladys, peace be upon her as well, but we call Kanita Bowman Pip. You understand? So if you from where I'm from and you know who I'm talking about, then you know it's, Like I said, I'm like traumatized all the way around with this, and especially with losing Lil Bro. Y'all don't call him Lil Bro, y'all call him Subliminal or Subliminati or Leonard Stinson, right? Like these are Pip is a year older than me, and if I'm not mistaken, Blim was a year younger than me. Peace, God. We, you know, we. I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done, but for sure, I'm gonna be giving it up throughout the evening. To these angels that I just inherited. I look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really bugging out and crying my eyeballs out, because when it comes to crybabies and cream puffs, let me tell you something. I have been the biggest crybaby and the biggest cream puff. Things hit a little bit harder when it's in your face, and I tend to stay in my space, right? Like many people, who know me would say, "Oh, I know a lot of people." Those who call me Toy, Toy know a lot of people. Your sister know a lot of people. Your wife know a lot of people, brother. You just don't know. You just don't know. I stay in my space. I do, because of a multitude of reasons, right? But I don't love no less. Know that. Know that. And this is really, like I say, I'm quadruple traumatized because um I actually dreamed about Cuz last night. So to get the call from my younger sister, that she passed, I'm literally traumatized right now, y'all. It's just crazy. It is I don't even have an inner complete standing about my dream and why, you understand. But I can tell you this: when Gladys Bowman or Gladys Dillahay passed over, um, I asked her to do something for me, and she did it. Right. So when I say, we have loved ones that pass over, I never say the D word. I don't use the D, not even I can give you a light D word, deceased. I don't even use that terminology unless it has to do with some type of contractual obligations by way, you know what I'm saying, of contracts. I said the contractual obligations, right? But outside of that, the energy that exists, that is you, that you may call by various terms: soul, spirit, you know uh uh chi, ki, you understand, like that is gonna always exist, right? So to be able to use these angles or angels and let them guide you and protect you. You understand? It's like, as a people, we have to really get off into our oldest, most ancient practices. You understand? And you'll see the similarities in the various ideologies of today, right? And I say of today because, when we start talking about these various ideologies, many of us look at them, or some of us view them as being ancient. But you must know and you must understand that something predates that. And I'm just gonna say that, and we're gonna leave it alone, and we're gonna get into this hacking. Let's see what the mainstream media is saying about this hacking. Let's deal with that. It's I have it sped up because we don't want, no issues. Although we are doing this by way of fair usage, can we show that? I think I gotta take myself down. Okay, okay. I wanted to put that out there. I have to put that out there because y'all know how they doing. We're merely just using audio. We're not even, yeah, they're all one big party, one family, La Familia. Let's see, we got some more comments. Peace, God. Peace, 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 peace. So we want to, we're gonna, again, they didn't say allege or allegedly, that these hackers, uh, came by way of China. That's not what they're saying. I'm even gonna show that portion. So
back within 30 days back to Congress to offer a little bit more detail about exactly how this happened and maybe what can be done to prevent it going forward. But the Treasury described this as a pretty serious issue. Although I want to point out again, it was unclassified documents, not classified documents that were allegedly compromised as part of this hack earlier this month.
Concerning nonetheless.
Exactly.
All right, Brian Chung, thank you for your report. Right, and there is some breaking news tonight that a Chinese state-sponsored hacker.
So did he just say they're classified documents that they were able to hack into? So do I need to slow it down for my own sake? Because I am, getting up in age. That's my phone. And I don't know this number. Good day. Yes. This is her, babe. I'm so sorry.
Accessed unclassified documents at the Treasury Department this month. What can you tell us about that hack and how?
Man, I'm just in all honesty, I feel like real traumatized right now to the point to like, I'm like almost numb almost.
Wesley know?
I couldn't hear you.
Does Wesley know?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. He's not with Peanut, so I don't think he knows. I know Alita and Peanut know. Alita called me and told me.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't have nobody's phone number. I got Pip's phone, so that's how I got your phone number. I had to get a new phone. And I didn't want to call Wesley and tell Wesley. I wanted one of y'all to tell him for me. I didn't know where he was at or what he was doing at the time, so I didn't want to tell him something like that.
Right. Right. Yeah, I definitely I'm going to.
He's been asking about it. He knows she's been in the hospital because I've been talking to him every day.
Okay. I hadn't see. He didn't. Nobody conveyed that to me.
Yeah, Wesley called me every day, 20 times a day, girl.
I know.
But I ain't talked to him yesterday, and I tried to call him, but he didn't answer. But I'll try to call him again later on when I get a chance to talk to him. But yeah, I didn't want to tell him about Pip. If someone can tell him for me.
Yeah, I most definitely will. Yeah, I most definitely will. I'll let him know. Hopefully, yeah. Usually, if usually if you don't get an answer from him, usually he charged on his phone or something. Pretty much. Yeah, he probably left it plugged up or something like that. But I'll definitely reach out to him. And again, my deepest condolences. If it's anything that you all need from me, just let me know. I'm actually on layoff until like the 13th of this month, so I should be available unless I get called in. And
Okay. The Thai funeral home has her, so we don't know any dates or anything right now. We'll know something after Friday.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And so this must be a new number that she had because her name didn't come up when you just
My
called.
phone number.
Okay.
Number.
Okay. All right. I'm about to lock you in too.
Yeah. I said call nobody from her phone. I'll just call from my phone. I hate to see somebody on my phone call like, hell, she dead. I don't want her. That's creepy.
No, I hadn't even got the Facebook yet, and I guess that's how Lita found out and told me and shit. So that was a better, yeah. I'd rather, her call and let me know than, than for me to look on Facebook.
I'll talk to you. I'm old school.
Yeah.
All right, babes. Well, I will stay in touch with you. I will keep you updated. If I'm gone, I'm quite sure that the date and stuff is going to be out there somewhere. But I just had to reach out to you.
Right.
In case you would ask you to get in touch with Wesley.
Yeah, I most definitely would do that.
But I tried to call Peanut on Messenger, but he didn't even answer. And I sent him a message saying, call me. And he still ain't replied. I was like, now what?
Yeah, now he's the one. Peanut is the one that's having issues with his phone. He doesn't have his phone.
Oh, okay.
He got a new phone and it's not. He had to take it back and all this other stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all know, so just let my baby know for me.
I most definitely will. And again, I love y'all. My deepest condolences. You know what I'm saying? If you need to talk, if you need something, just hit me up. I'll be on my way.
All right, lock my number in. I had this number over 30 years. It ain't going nowhere.
Got you.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Peace.
All right.
Yeah. Told y'all, really, this is a loss, big time, from a person who was loved by everybody. Yeah, my bad. I don't, as far as the mutant and not mutant or whatever, but yeah, we've all been through our different stages in life and we grow. You expect to see change. Change represents growth, right? And when you're somebody who is pure at heart, that will honestly give somebody your last, right? This is the type of woman who we're talking about. So it's, some different. And like I said, I have to do this to even get myself back level, because I'm like a little bit, all over the place emotionally, because again, this is triple trauma for me right now, and being that I have a nice amount of knowledge of self, I know how to communicate to myself, right? And some of the messages that I may communicate to self, the average person is not going to comprehend. And it's not always necessarily a cognitive dissonance. How y'all say that? Cognitive dissonance is not always that. It's not always that. Right. So let's finish seeing what they was talking about so I can do what I'm doing.
Is that?
Yeah, I mean, the Treasury Department saying that this is a pretty big deal. I want to read you exactly what they said just to make sure that we outline exactly what's going on here. Basically, what they said was that as of December 8th, a third-party vendor flagged to them that there was a Chinese-sponsored entity that was able to access what they described as unclassified documents. They said that this threat actor was able to override the service's security, remotely access certain Treasury workstations, and again, access not classified, but unclassified documents. So it seems like there wasn't anything too sensitive that was part of that. But
that's what I wanted to be clear on. So it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, documents that were classified. Right, they're declassified, unclassified. Is that the same? Why is it declassified or unclassified? Y'all want to be messing English up? On too much, I don't sweat the facts. The fact that I be messing up English so well, nobody cares. So with that being said, the hacking, that's just one aspect of it, right? Now, last year we spoke about or we reported to you all this. Which way do I go first? It was two different things, so let's deal with what I see. What do I see? Let's deal with the Chinese coming through the southern border, right? Along with other nationalities outside of Central and Southern Americans coming through that southern border. You just didn't have Chinese. Right, we had other nationalities again coming up through that way, but that ain't what we're talking about right now. All right. So what is it? That's 200. That ain't what we looking for. And we ain't looking for that either. Did my stuff get erased? I'm looking for what I had. I mean, we don't need them to verify it. I just told you. And if you go and look, but I'm gonna show it anyway. You understand? We're talking about them coming through the borders, not the other thing. All right, that's kind of long. Here we go. Now, okay, hold on.
Yearning for American freedom. Some fly to Ecuador, where no visa is needed, and then travel north. Others are flying into Tijuana Airport before being guided across the border by smugglers. The Chinese migrants are reportedly willing to pay cartels up to $35,000 for smuggling services, and for a lot of them, it pays off. More than 50% of Chinese asylum applications were granted in the 2023 fiscal year. That's much higher than the average across all nationalities, which is only 14.
Did you not just hear what he just said? They are granting them asylum. This is their asylum applications granted, but the people who are actually Americans, they're just not North Americans. You understand? I gotta back this up, y'all. I do. I need to hear this again my own self. Even though, again, we talked about this last year. Right? Let's go.
Migrants from China are now the fastest growing group of people entering the United States illegally from Mexico.
China?
And why are we seeing these growing numbers? Here's what we know.
New York?
Customs and Border Protection reported more than 24,000 Chinese migrant encounters at the southern border last fiscal year. In 2021, that number was just 450.
Did you just arrive here in the United States?
The migrants previously told News Nation reporters that they're escaping the Chinese Communist Party and plan to seek asylum in the United States.
Yearning for American freedom.
Some fly to Ecuador, where no visa is needed, and then travel north. Others are flying into Tijuana Airport before being guided across the border by smugglers. The Chinese migrants are reportedly willing to pay cartels up to $35,000 for smuggling services, and for a lot of them, it pays off. More than 50% of Chinese asylum applications were granted in the 2023 fiscal year. That's much higher than the average across all nationalities, which is only 14%. So why are these migrants seeking asylum instead of trying to enter the U.S. legally with a visa? One possible reason is that the United States tightened visa restrictions for people from China over the last several years. In 2016, the U.S. issued 2.2 million temporary visas. In 2022, that number dropped to just 160,000.
They've always consistently had high numbers of asylum seekers. I think second to that is the processing times in the embassies, the U.S. embassies in China are taking so long. Also, it's getting harder for a lot of them to maybe get tourist visas. So some of those folks may have come here as students, tourists, everything like that before.
All right. Like I said, we talked about this already. So if you missed it, we just shared it again. So we got them hacking, we got them coming in through the border, right? At rates higher than everybody else. Right? That means that they're coming in more than the brothers and sisters from Brazil, from Argentina. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the C word. You heard? Like, all right, so let's see what else. Because there's one more element that go along with this. And was it at the bottom? Nope, that's the hackers. We're looking for the third element to this presentation. Where is it? That's the hackers. Nope. Yeah. So this is the third element. I'm not gonna tell it. I'll let them tell it. Right. Oh yeah. I don't think. So let me pause it because I that was like a bunch of babble. What they are saying is that they have discovered a secret Chinese police station in New York, right? And this is just one. Now, when we reported on this last year about their secret police stations, plural, not just the one in New York, right? And it's not just a police station that is up under the noses of the so-called biggest and baddest police state of them all. You know what I'm talking about? You do know that the United States of America incarcerates more of its citizens than any other nation state, barring none. And keep in mind, we don't have the largest population of people, right? China has like 1 point how many billion people? Do we have to Google it? I don't want to Google it, y'all. Y'all know I don't never feel like doing all of that. You want to contest what I'm saying, you knock your soul right on out, right? Because you wouldn't be contesting me. What I'm utilizing is their statistics, right? Okay. So let's let it play.
Most in communities with critics of the Chinese Communist Party. Correspondent Evan Lambert is live. Evan, we're learning more about where these have been located and how aggressive China is becoming.
Nicole, this is pretty alarming. Senior FBI intelligence officials telling News Nation today that they see these reports of secret Chinese police stations and Chinese tactics to intimidate dissidents as really reaching an inflection point. They say that lines are being crossed that haven't been crossed before. And
Let me show you. I'm sure you want to see this. So I'm going to show you the ones that they've unveiled. It doesn't mean that these are the only Chinese police stations in North America. These are the ones that, you know, they can no longer hide from the people because the people already, you know what I'm saying, dismantled and discovered the existence. So you got San Francisco has a secret Chinese police station. Los Angeles has a secret Chinese police station. Minnesota, somewhere, because it says location unknown, right? But this, I know many when I see many. This is many, right? That's what we call Minnesota and the city of Minneapolis. We call it many, right? We know about the one in New York. And this is the only one that they saying that they have shuttered, right? They said the secret Chinese police station in New York is now shuttered. That's what that says, right? This is location unknown. And then there's one in Houston, in the Republic of Texas. Wait a minute. Houston? And if it would have been Dallas, I would have had to do that like 3 different times. Is one in Houston. And this location unknown. What is this, Nebraska? I'm not, whoa. And just imagine now, they are doing this here in good old boy territory, right? They doing this in good old boy territory. Imagine what they have within the southern and central portion, being that the southern and central portion is doing big business. Now, we doing big business with China because according to what the United States of America says, they owe China and Japan like 1 point something trillion dollars, which is pennies to them. And they got it. And they still ain't paid these people. So what does they tell you? It tells me a lot. I was employed by a company by the name of Johnson's Control, right? And a Chinese company bought out this company. Now, when I mention Johnson Controls, it really may not ring a lot of bells to you, but if you are from Milwaukee, you know what I'm talking about? You know about Johnson Control, big time. They almost like mentioning GM, Ford, or Chrysler when you live in Detroit. And how many people from here are employed by the big three? A large portion of Wisconsin as a whole, as a state, not just Milwaukee. And this particular company, Johnson Controls, had over like 200 and something plants or plantations or warehouses or whatever you want to call it across the globe. Can I say globe? Don't get mad at me, flat earthers. Don't get mad. Well, across the mother plane. That's one of my favorite words, right? This wasn't a small company. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's finish talking about the fact that these people got and understand these aren't just police stations. They are also holding court. You understand? But with their own people. I mean, I can't even say allegedly with their own people, but this is what we're being told. How do we know that they're not prosecuting any of us inside of these secret police stations? And you know what I'm talking about? I'm asking y'all. It's one thing that we know about them, right? But for me to for us to actually locate one and go live on set there, right? You know they ain't gonna let us in the inside. We're not getting in the inside. Not by way of representing ourselves as the press. They're not letting us in there. But my question again is, are they kidnapping and holding for ransom and prosecuting any of my people there? Right? And I'm curious too. You know, I care about that, but I'm only curious about the fact of, are they and I could say arrested in this scenario, are they arresting any of these elected or appointed officials and giving them the hammer of justice inside of these secret police stations across the US? I'm asking because I'm curious, right? You already know if they're giving us the little bit of tea that they giving us, they got a whole pot of coffee that they've been drunk 50 times already concerning this bit of intel. So again, they hacking the U.S. Treasury. They coming in more than any other nationality through the southern border, and I'm talking about the Chinese. And they already set up shop because they got places where they distribute the justice of their own culture and customs, how they do their justice. It's not the same way as how we do our justice. It's how they do their justice. That's it. I mean, what else? What more? I was supposed to talk about this last night and then get the opportunity to. So, I mean, the opportunity really is always there, but how y'all say that life be life? Huh? This is what I'm looking for. Wow. We still got one more to do, so stay with us. Stay with us. We got to deal with the crash test dummies and the crashed out specialists. Them people. What a crash part at. Because they don't just be pilling out. And we got through the whole show. I guess I don't have to worry about the people shooting me no copyrights for my music since I didn't even use it. Where is that? I ain't gonna even put it on because that's gonna create more work for me to have to do. And I'm too down. So yeah. Y'all definitely hit the like buttons plural, Put it in the comments, share. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. I had to get back on. I haven't asked a person to subscribe in probably over a year now. Y'all notice that? I'm asking now. If you didn't subscribe, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And damn, y'all, I'm traumatized right now. What we talking about has nothing to do or couldn't even compare, you know what I'm saying, to the distress that we dealing with over here. So bear with us, and we be back a little later to talk about the crash out specialist, the crash test dummies, the one that we skipped over, that I got a bunch of information that thus far, and I don't look at a bunch of people channels or whatnot, but I haven't seen anybody bring up the topics that I've been discussing just within my household. Peace, God. Yeah, it's a few points that haven't been touched on, and we gonna touch on them big time in about an hour. Give me like an hour to get it together. So what time is it now? Come on, phone. All right, 8:43. I'll be back at 9:30, 9:45, 9:30, somewhere in there. So I see we got pretty much. I agree with you. It's a lot. There's so many different components that go along with all of this, that most people don't want to talk about, which is, I don't care. We're talking about, and I'm now speaking about us, right? You're talking about FBA, which would include all of us, who trace our lineage right back here to this mainland, or what they call the mainland. We're talking about Hebrew Israelites, Pan-Africans, Moors, all my Islamic brothers and sisters, whether you're out of the NOI, whether you practice Sunni, whether you are Orthodox Muslim, right? It's the conversation of sovereignty is one that our people steer away from, based off of these various groups of people who committed terrorist acts. Let's just keep it a buck. It was a name that you couldn't get me to say over the telephone or on social media for a very long time. I would not mention the name Timothy McVeigh. But today, here, as I sit talking to y'all, I don't have a problem with saying his name, right? And later on, when we come back, we will discuss why, and we're going to get off into some real math. And like I say, we're going to touch on some things that haven't been touched on. And if they have, show it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because they may have went to a higher level with it than what I had the capacity to give time to. So that's what we doing in about an hour or less. Tune back in, catch back up with us right here, and I'll see y'all then.
YouTube, you fools try to limit me. Muting and deleting channels, thinking that's the end of me. Y'all are not on my level, smaller than a centipede. This is my purpose, TBT is a ministry. I do not tire, my God gives me energy. Chose by Messiah, you believe, come get with me. Married to a black queen, we got the illest chemistry. Founded the Black Tube, and now we making history. Black Tube, 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 what? Black Tube, 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 what? TBT, 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 what? TBT, 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 what? TheBlackTube.com. I'm a giant killer, son of an omniscient God who's realer. If this be the thriller in Manila, I'm Ali in his prime. It's showtime, coke time, about to take what's mine. We are not with your agenda, we showing real life.
Supreme.
Shock.
I said I'm smoke, fire, blowing air, carbon, earth, solid, water, wet. I'm steady beat, a sister soldier that dies effects. So gone with all that hoopla and rah-rah, unless you talking about Atun, Namuna, Amara, pineal glands, all seeing eyes. We call the third eye. We came to build, not pay your bill. Sling them in the municipality, city seals like roadkill, descendants of ancient mound builders. Not supposed to need encyclopedias, genetically encoded with 720. We got amnesia, claiming we Christian cretins in love with Yahweh, Muhammad, and Jesus, but you was living inside of God when you was a fetus. But believers are never believers, non-believers, cause we